What's good, everyone? Here we are. This is the beginning of the Lazuris campaign. What you guys are looking at here is the Tyranid invasion fleet. Here in the middle, this is the Hive ship. And on the sides are Tyranid cruisers. Here and here. Up here in the front, these 6 ships that you see here in the front are Vanguard drones. And here in the back are the escort drones. What we have here, Planet Lazarus is sitting in the inner biosphere, which is basically, it's like 2 zones away from the sun. Sunward side is over here. We're actually using this light here as the sun. So the planet is here. Now what we know is that the Vanguard drones carry the infiltration species. So I'm using this Thunderhawk here to act as the space station. And this is the defensive space station that is orbiting the planet. It's immobile, so it just sits here. Now, as I told you guys before, the gene stealer infestation has already begun. So this space station right now is a floating hulk. The 2 ships that you see here are Vanguard ships where they've attached themselves to the hull of the space station. And the gene stealers and the lictors and the Tyrannophects that I told you guys about now are already inside of the space station, and the damage has already been done. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to set up the celestial phenomena so that we can get this thing underway, and then we're going to do the deployment. On my side, I have Imperial class escorts. These are my Firestorm. Here are my Gladius class frigates, my Hunter class frigates, my Nova class frigates, the Litany of Malice and the Angels Storm, the 2 battlecruisers, 2nd and 3rd Company battlecruisers, and the Victor's my battle barge. Now, one of the things that we discovered is that the battle barge is the only vessel that can carry Terminators. So I had to put Leonidas and his Terminator assault force inside of the battle barge. Mission objective is to get within 10 centimeters of the space station to teleport my Terminators onto the space station and to cripple the synaptic control of the Tyranids. Winner will be, this will be based on victory points and objectives. Tyranid objective is to stop the battle barge from getting within 10 centimeters of the space station and holding there. At the end of the game, if we're there, we're good. Victory points will be 1 point per ship. The one with the most victory points at the end of this mission will win. Stay tuned. We're going to start deployment. Alright, so here we go. Deployment is done. So what has happened is the mothership, the Hive ship, is parked in the gravity well of Lazarus. It is within 15 centimeters of the planet itself, and it is sending spores down to the surface as we speak. The cruisers are standing by as protection for the Hive ship, and the Tyranids are sending drones out. Some of the drones are near the asteroid belt. Other drones are hanging around the space station. And what we have here is we have an asteroid belt along the side. We have gas clouds along the way. And the Flesh Terrors have just exited warp space. space and have just materialized into real space from the warp. And we are moving in. Alright, so turn 1 is underway. We'll be right back to let you see what happened. Stand by. Alright, back here. Flesh Terrors, turn 1. I moved everything up towards the space station, starting with my fast escorts, my firestorm escorts, my hunter escorts. My battle barge moved up. The battle barge fired its torpedoes. These are the torpedoes, so you guys can see. So it fired the torpedoes. Okay, the cruisers right now, the Lithium Malice and the Angel Storm, are staying close to the battle barge. My Nova class frigates are hugging the gas cloud, using the gas cloud as cover to try and get around and flank the Tyranids. In the meanwhile, Tyranids turn 1 is coming up. We're going to see what the missiles do. The missiles are on their way. They moved 30 centimeters towards his drones. We're going to see if the drones intercept them and if we can get close enough to take this space station back. All right, everybody stay tuned for Tyranids turn 1. All right, guys, that is the end of our turn 1. So just to recap, the Flesh Terrors moved up. The Flesh Terrors fleet moved up. My battle barge fired torpedoes at the drones. And what has happened is the drones took evasive maneuvers. The drones came up. As you can see, the torpedoes are gone. The drones destroyed the torpedoes to stop them from impacting them. One set of drones, Vanguard drones here, going along the side of this asteroid belt. One drone slammed into an asteroid but managed to evade it and not get destroyed. The 2 drones here in the front fired at the victors, and as you can see, there is fires. I'll turn this so you guys just can kind of get a look on the base here. So the victors did take a hit from the drones. No critical damage though. The victors still has 2 shields left, holding strong, and we are moving forward. So that is turn 1, a very eventful turn. We're going to begin turn 2, and all right, we're back for the Flesh Terrors turn 2. Eventful turn. As you can see, the battle barge is still on fire, but is hanging strong. The fire class, the flamestone strike ships here shot at the drone, hitting it twice. The Hunter class fired its missiles, fired torpedoes. It fired 8 torpedoes. 2 of the torpedoes hit, destroying the drone that was here. Debris all over the place. As you can see, a second torpedo has hit this drone, and we need to determine what happened there. 2 torpedoes broke through and are moving towards the drone and the space station. On the other side of the dust cloud, the Novas over here fired in on the drones, destroying a drone and causing fires on this side of the table. So the blast actually hit one of the drones that was attached to the ship, rocking the space station, but nothing happened. So we are going to quickly determine what happens with this drone here. We're going to do this right before the Tyranid first turn, and then I'll report it back. My hunters are swinging around the asteroid belt. The asteroid belt's block line of sight, so right now they're not doing anything. And my cruisers, the Lithium Malice and the Angel Storm, are kind of sitting back, waiting for things to happen. So there is a lot of debris, a lot of flaming debris and fires here. The Tyranids are going to have to go through this, and they're going to take some damage. We're going to see how this is going to go. It looks like the Tyranids is getting ready to press in and go for the kill, so let's see how things turn out. Turn 2 starting in a second for Tyranids. Alright everyone, so this is the end of Tyranid turn 2. It was ridiculous at what has happened. So, the Tyranids moved in. One of the drone squads was navigating these asteroid belts over here. One of the drones went into the asteroid. It did fine. It didn't get damaged. The other part of the squadron broke off. One member of the squad ran into one of the torpedoes, smashed into it, caused an explosion that caused it to rupture, and it had a blast radius of 15 centimeters. That blast, in turn, hit 4 other Tyranid ships, which caused catastrophic damage. And this drone here moved over, firing at the Nova, as the Novas were trying to close in on the space station, destroyed the Nova, reduced it to a floating wreck. The Nova lurched forward 4d6, started to burn and exploded, and it's a mess, guys. There are explosions all over the table. At the end of this turn, you're going to see that it's going to be very few ships left, really, for both sides. It's starting to look really ugly here. The cruisers, the Tyranid cruisers, are now moving in for the kill. They are moving forward, and it is going to be the beginning of the Flesh Terrors turn 3. And this, it is turning out to be a really bloody battle. The Victus and the Litany of Malice and the Storm Angel are still sitting back, allowing the frigates to move forward, and they're doing a lot of damage. So we're going to get back just a minute. I got to show you guys this before I start my turn 3. I need you to see what has happened here. So if you can see this torpedo here, this was a set of 2 torpedoes that was fired. This drone here ran into one of the torpedoes, caused this explosion. And this explosion resulted, on the catastrophic table, resulted in like a 13-centimeter explosion. Everything within 13 centimeters took lance hits. Lance hits go just, it's just brutal. So what has happened, look at all of the fires, guys. I mean, everything within 13 centimeters of this just exploded. So the Tyranids it's crazy. This one explosion has changed this entire game. So we're going to see what's going to happen. We're at the end of the turn, so we roll a d6 to see how many blast markers get removed after determining the result of the current explosions. Then it'll be the beginning of my turn 3, so we're going to see what's going to happen. Hold tight. Alright, y'all, I got to get you caught up, man. This is, the end of my turn 3, and it has just been havoc. The damage that's been caused in the space mission has just been, it's been spectacular. I got to show you guys what has happened. My Gladius class frigates fired on the drone that was in the asteroid belt. The drone was destroyed, but the drone suffered a catastrophic explosion, which then hit both of my Novas, taking them out, and then the Nova here suffered an explosion also, when we're going to be removing it, which caused a chain reaction over here, as you can see, and then the Firestorm frigates here on the side fired in, causing these 2 drones to be floating hulks. And then over here on the side, The strike cruisers fired in on the drones. They didn't hit anything. They all missed. My Nova class guys over here on the side fired in on the cruisers, causing damage but not hurting the cruisers. So the Tyranid cruisers are still closing in. But as you can see, guys, it is fires everywhere. It is explosions everywhere. We're getting ready to remove all of the casualties, but I just wanted you to see all of the casualties on the battlefield. Both fleets have taken a massive amount of damage. The Tyranids are still in control of the space station right now. More drones are moving in, attaching itself to the space station. The strike cruisers are now moving in. The battle barge is also moving in now to try and take the space station back. More and more Tyranids are moving in to join the fight. The Hive ship is now pressing its wheel. It is moving forward. It is going for the kill. And I gotta tell you, it's been one exciting mission. I am down to just a few ships left. I have 4 hunters left. I have 1 firestorm left over here. I have 2 Novas over in the corner, which, sadly to say, will not survive this turn. The strike cruisers are now moving in and are in range to start launching Thunderhawks. But it's going to be too dangerous to launch them at the moment with the drones closing in, launching spores towards us and that kind of thing. Right now, it is too much fire everywhere. Launching torpedoes at this point is just pointless. They're going to just run into debris and just detonate. So right now, the fighting is really fierce. So stand by. This is Tyranids turn 3. And at the moment, if things keep going the way that it's going, this game will only last 1 more turn. And we're going to see how things play out. So stand by. All right, guys. So we gotta include you in on the carnage that's going on here at the end of the Tyranids turn 3. Getting ready to start turn 4. And it's crazy. So as you guys can see, there are fires everywhere. So what has happened is the Tyranid drones moved into contact with the space station. Remember, the objective of this game, for our campaign anyway, was the person who controlled the space station at the end of the game would win. So at the end of turn 6, the person who was in base contact with the space station would win the game. And then in the case of a draw, it will come down to whoever had the most kill points at the end of the game. And what has happened is this Tyranid drone, this Tyranid cruiser over here, this mean thing, he comes in, fires on the Nova class frigates here, hits it twice, as you can see the blast markers here. He hits it twice and causes another explosion. This time, warp drive explosion. The warp drives rupture, causes an explosion. The blast radius was so big that it wrecked these Tyranid drones. The drones that was in base contact only could take 1 hit. And the blast actually hit them, and when we did the resolution for the 1 hit, 3 of them became floating hulks. But there was a drone just over here on the front. You can see this blast here. Right here. Just over here on the front. The drone that was here also exploded. And the blast from his explosion hit a nearby drone. Now, then over here on the side, another cruiser comes in. This cruiser fires at the Angel Storm, the strike cruiser, my 3rd company strike cruiser. He fires on it, with a power level of 8, and he hits this cruiser, causes a hull breach, and destroys the prow, the defensive turret on the top, causes a hull breach, and completely wrecks the strike cruiser. Over here on the side, more than half of my fleet, as you can see, 2 floating hulks on the side, explosions everywhere. Half of the fleet has just been completely annihilated. The light that we're using is the sunward side. It is acting as the sun. I am in a situation that's really bad now because the Victus has to go into, before it can turn, it has to move a minimum of 10 centimeters before it can make a turn, which means that it is going to run into this dust cloud here. And this dust cloud is going to cause all types of problems for the battle barge. But I have no choice because I have to try and get close to this space station. One of the strike cruisers is critically damaged. So that strike cruiser, unless I can repair this hull breach, if that strike cruiser takes any more damage, it's going to be done. So it is fires blazing all over the place. It is just floating ships smashing into each other. The space station has taken so many so much damage, it has just been getting smashed up. So when we do the Space Hulk mission, we're going to have fires all over the place. I think we're going to end up having to count the terrain as dangerous terrain inside the Space Hulk just to account for all of the damage that this thing has taken. It has just gotten rocked. The Tyranids and the Flesh Terrors, the Sandstone Tyranids and the Flesh Terrors, right now are neck and neck. It's going to come down to the last remaining 3 or 4 ships. At the end of this, I won't have many ships left. His cruisers are getting power level 8. They're getting 8 shots a turn, and they are just ripping through my ships. And as a result, we're having chain reaction explosions. I had a warp drive explode and just destroy both me and him. So it's been pretty brutal. This has just been a crazy mission. This is going to be the last turn. At the end of this turn, we're going to wrap things up and let you guys know what the result is. Right now, my only option is to move into range to teleport aboard the space station to get ready for the Space Hulk mission. Hopefully, I can get within base contact of this thing. Right now, he does not have this control of the space station anymore, although the Tyranids are overrunning the space station on the inside. But we need to get there so that we can try and do something. So stay tuned. This is it. This is going to be the last turn. I hope you guys are enjoying. All right, so that was the end of my turn. All I have to do now is just hold out. The Victus came up. The battle barge came up, fired over here on this cruiser. Got a lot of shots. Fired my port batteries. Got 12 shots from there. Only hit it 3 times. It was just really, really poor firing that time. And then turned my prow cannon on them and got another 2 hits out of the 8 shots. Should have destroyed this thing, but they are so resilient that this cruiser here weathered the storm, and then I was unable to cause any critical damage on him. So nothing happened with that. But as a result, from what's happening here so far, looks like I now have control of the space station. The Flesh Terrors are now in control of the space station. Most of the drones have been destroyed. My entire fleet is destroyed. The mothership is moving in. The Hive ship is moving in. The Litany of Malice here, strike cruiser, was able to send 6 Storm Ravens to the surface of the planet. That is what you're seeing here. These markers, these are the storm ravens going to the planet. They actually made it. So I have to survive one more turn. The Tyranids have one turn left, and it looks like the Flesh Terrors have successfully boarded. As you can see here, the marker, the teleportation marker, we successfully teleported on board the space station, and right now my strike cruiser is the only thing in base contact with it, so we have control of it. For the time being, my frigates are sitting back. Right now they don't have much of a choice. They have to sit back because if I try and move them forward through this debris and through this asteroid field, they're going to just get destroyed. So I'm still trying to find a way to get around to get some support. So we're going to see what's going to happen. It has just been one bloody, flaming game. I mean, it's just like everything right now is just burning. Even when we rode to remove the blast markers at the end of the turn, things just burn still. So we're gonna get on with it. So this is the last Tyranid turn. So at the end of this Tyranid turn, we're gonna see how things play out. We'll see how it goes. So stand by for the last turn, guys. Alright guys, that is the end of the game, and so just a quick recap here. The Victus, the battle barge, managed to teleport the Terminators on board, and for that last turn it was epic because the strike cruiser moved in contact with the target, but then this Tyranid cruiser came in and got 6 shots on the strike cruiser and reduced the strike cruiser, as you can see, to a floating hulk. The strike cruiser went down. So that is a Tyranid victory for this mission. The Tyranids now have control of the objective, and the Terminators are inside of the space station right now with no support. So the first company captain, Austin Leonatus, is going to be on his own dealing with this gene stealer infestation in the next mission. Over here, the Thunderhawks did manage to make it to the surface of the planet with the support of the third company strike cruiser, which is now within range to send its cargo down as well. So the battle on the surface is going to be beginning. The battle inside of the Space Hulk is beginning. Tyranids had a good mission. The Tyranids, I mean, as you can see, there are fires everywhere. I mean, everything was destroyed. Nearly the entire first wave of the Tyranids fleet was destroyed. The entire Imperial fleet, the Flesh Terrors fleet, was destroyed with the exception of the battle barge, 1 Novus-class frigate, and a strike cruiser moving into this planet. And these support guys are moving in for support, but right now they are blocked by an asteroid field and by raging fires all over the place, with a gas cloud on the side preventing them from moving forward. So this is the end of the game, man. We hope you guys enjoyed it. It's definitely been a roller coaster ride for both of us, my partner and I. We have just watched both of our battle fleets just get decimated in this thing. So this is the end of it. So you guys let us know what you think. Rate the videos. If you like it, let us know you like it. And peace out, man. Take care.
Tyranid rule.
Whatever.